Hey guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. We've been a little bit MIA, so we also welcome ourselves back to the YouTube channel. Hope you guys are good. Hope you guys have been well. As you can see, we're dressed in our traditional attires to celebrate Heritage Month. Hope you guys had a lovely long weekend and you did whatever it takes to celebrate your culture and your heritage. Do you want to tell the viewers where we've been?
Yeah, we've been away for a while. Went home to see friends, spent some time with family. Also worked on a couple of projects of ours. Yeah, man, it's been a great 3 weeks or 4 weeks away actually.
Some really exciting stuff, and we can't wait to tell you guys all about it. Thank you for the love shown in part 1, part 2, and part 3 of our journey. We've received overwhelming support, and the views and comments and likes have been amazing. So we really appreciate that. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't, like, comment, and please share the videos wherever you are. So today we'll be doing part 4, which is basically life after marriage. And like we've said before, that this part continues and it's basically endless. So today we're going to be tackling questions that we were asked by you guys on social media, some on our comment section on the YouTube videos as well. So we're really looking forward to that. If we don't address your question today, it just means that we've given your question a bigger platform, and we think that it deserves a whole video as a whole. So that's what we've done with a few.
We don't hate you.
We don't hate you. You know we love you. You know we got mad love for you. It doesn't end here. So yeah, we'll be addressing some other issues on separate videos, just because we think that we could really go deep in the issues. So that's why we've chosen to do that. So yeah, stay tuned as we break down your questions, and I hope we answer every little detail though.
Everything?
I hope we do.
Okay, we'll see.
Stay tuned, guys. Okay, baby, so the first question, right? I think it's fit that it's the first question because it's about our honeymoon, and obviously after the wedding day is the honeymoon, right? So the question is the details of our honeymoon, how it was, where it was, and every little detail involved there, as well as
everything,
as well as if the honeymoon phase stays the same after marriage. So you take that one.
All right. Well, our honeymoon. Wow, honeymoon was great. I enjoyed it personally, you know. Yeah, for our honeymoon we went to Thailand, Phuket to be more specific, right? Patong, that's where we were, right? Yeah, it was great time, great company, and it was in December. That even made it better, hey? It was a great experience.
It was last week of November, first week of December.
Yeah, so we had a lot of fun though. I think we had a lot of fun. It all happened too quick though. I think we spent like 2 weeks. Was it a week or 2 weeks?
It was 2 weeks.
It was 2 weeks, yes. So we spent like 2 weeks there, had fun. Yeah, man, we chilled with the locals, spent time together, do everything. We did everything what that couples do in their honeymoon, right? Yeah,
exactly that. I like how you put it with very minimal detail. So,
but the thing is, the viewers ask for details, right?
Yeah, that's why but that's enough detail.
No, that's why I asked if they want every single thing, you know?
Not every single thing. Okay, so I think the question that I get most from other people as well is why Thailand, especially because it's such a busy city. Patong is such a busy city. It's not peace, it's not tranquil, you know, it's not your typical honeymoon environment. But like for us, I think at that point we just wanted to be out of the country.
Yeah, it was about being out of the country. It was about exploring.
It was about exploring.
Yeah, and it was about spending time together away from everyone. Especially after the wedding day.
After the wedding day,
so it was just that, and yeah, we had fun.
It's also a personality thing. So if you and your partner are, you know, quiet people, don't like noise, you know, like peaceful spaces, then you need to consider that in deciding on your honeymoon destination. But for us, it was perfect because it was a perfect fit for our personalities. And then the second part of the question is if the honeymoon phase stays forever. Like, I don't even know, because I still think I'm in the honeymoon phase. Have you changed?
Honeymoon phase.
Yeah, I still think I'm there.
Well, look, I asked you to actually define what the honeymoon phase is, you know?
I don't know. I didn't ask the question.
So for me,
know.
there isn't a honeymoon phase because, I mean, for me, it's all about building consistency and it's about, there isn't a honeymoon phase. We didn't go through that.
No.
I mean, we had been together for 8 years before that. Then, yeah, I don't think we would have really went through a honeymoon phase.
Yeah, so I don't think, there's no such thing in our relationship as a honeymoon phase. Things have basically remained the same. That's also something that has to do with societal norms that we'll address again later, that, you know, people describe certain situations. Obviously, if you're in a relationship or even a marriage, you'll have disagreements, you'll have fights, but that doesn't mean that that's going to be consistent for the rest of your lives, you know?
Yeah.
And we don't,
and I think it's I don't look at it in terms of phases, you know, or I don't view it from a phase perspective, you know, because then you'd say, okay, this is a new phase, maybe we're at a dating phase, then it's marriage phase, and then honeymoon phase. What happens after honeymoon phase?
Yeah.
Is that the fighting phase? Is that the conflict phase? So I don't really believe in phases.
Yeah.
You know, yes, like you did mention that you do go through or have disagreements and not see eye to eye, but I don't think it's fair to put or categorize any relationship in phases.
Okay, so the second question, which is like the first deep question, is societal expectations.
I don't like deep questions, guys.
Well, we have to address them.
All right.
So it's societal expectations, and this one is my personal favorite because I recently I've learned to understand this concept better, and you know, it's helped me a lot to identify when something is a societal expectation versus when it's something that I really want to do. So the question was, we're combining two questions into one. The first one is, are there any societal expectations in marriage as a whole that you guys have dealt with, and how have you dealt with? The second one is then, is there an expectation from elders, and I change the elders to everyone, to have kids? So I think it's best that we describe this. Do you want to go, baby?
Yeah. Actually, I'm very passionate about this topic.
But you said you don't like deep questions.
Yeah, you know, I like, I'm very passionate about the expectations topic, because when you look at it, I like the fact that you changed it from elders to everyone's expectations, because even between the two of us, the expectations, you know, and first of all, we need to learn how to manage those expectations, and we need to also be able to control those expectations, you know what I mean? So if I've created an expectation or expectations in my head, you know what I mean, and I'm requiring you to meet those expectations, you know, it's a bit unfair. You know what I mean?
It's not fair.
Yes, especially if I can't meet them myself. You know what I mean? Then there's no need for me to actually raise expectations, because that eventually leads to conflict. But that's a topic for another day. Right now, let's handle the questions. So the first question is societal expectations. There are a lot, but listen, you cannot please everyone. You're not about pleasing everyone, right? You do you. You live by your own principles, right? Even as a family and as a couple, you need to have your own principles. You need to stick to them. You cannot be you cannot be actually driven by what society says. You know, you cannot go or blow with the wind.
With the wind,
you know,
where the wind blows, Miguel.
Yeah, so that's the thing. They will always be there. They will always be raised, but you cannot please everyone, and yours is not to worry about societal expectations.
So this is personally for me a journey that I started exploring more after marriage. My difficulty was identifying when something is a societal expectation versus when it's something that I want. And I think this has helped me a lot, and it's from the reading, it's from listening to, you know, people speaking things that are wise about marriage and other things that you know, you need to identify when something is imposed onto you by other people, and you need to take a stand and decide whether that's something that you were thinking about, or that's something that is within your value system or not. And if it's not, don't be afraid to make a decision and say that I'm not going to listen to this.
Yeah, and I mean,
I'm not going to buy in.
Always check your values, always check your principles, you know what I mean? Yeah, if you always ask yourself, if I was sober-minded, would I be considering this?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Or would I be doing this? So every decision that one makes should be a principle-based decision.
Yeah.
You are a couple, you are in a marriage, you have your own principles, you should stick to them and live by them. Yeah. Guys, I mean, pressure comes from this thing. You know, it usually destroys marriages, it destroys families. So hence, that's why I say I'm very passionate about expectations. You know, even spouses' expectations as well
amongst each other.
Yes, amongst each other. You know, so you need to tread carefully there.
So I want to answer the second part of the question, which is expectation to have kids. So even that is a very personal journey. It's between myself and my husband when we decide to have kids.
And God.
And God, yes.
And God,
I like that you said that. It's actually God first before me and you, because kids are a gift that come from God. If God hasn't ordained us in that department, it's okay. It means that our purposes don't have anything to do with kids. We are not assigned to have kids. Over and above that, having a kid is a game of planning again. It's not just, you know, one day I wake up and have a kid. We're old and you know, we're educated enough to know that you plan for kids and don't have kids unless you're ready to give them the life that they deserve. So not everyone will understand that. The ones that do are really blessed to have that kind of understanding. But that's a stance that we've taken as a couple in marriage, that we will not allow anyone else to dictate when we should have kids. We will have kids when we are ready, and we will have kids over and above everything when God has said yes for us to have kids.
Like I said, you know, every couple, every family, you have your own principles, you live by them, right? So if we have taken a stance to say, all right, at this time or by this time, we should be here, right? So we align everything, our values or everything that we want to achieve, even having kids for that sake or for that matter, right? To that, right? So, and we set a timeline for ourselves. So it's more of a principle life, a value-based system. That's what it is, you know? So yeah, societal pressures, elders' pressures or expectations, you need to be careful of how you handle that thing.
Stick to your lane and focus on your relationship. Don't worry about everything else that's happening around you. Trust God to lead your marriage to the direction that it's supposed to take and that He has meant for you to take. Okay, on to the next one. So the next question is, what do we do as a married couple when we want our own space? So like, because there's a lot of people out there, I'm not one, I know I don't struggle with space issues, which is like weird because I'm an only child. Oh, you're also an only child, but it's weird because I don't struggle with space issues unless you think otherwise. But the question is, how do you handle having your own space when you need to?
How do you say I want my own space when you guys are together, y'all are together, you're a
two
couple.
shall become one.
Yeah. Like, how do you then say you want your own space? Are you saying that, okay, you want some me time, right? What do you mean your own space?
Yeah, actually, I think I might have rephrased it, but the person said me time.
Oh, me time.
Yeah.
Okay, when you want to read and just communicate it. It's simple.
Yeah, yeah.
Just tell your spouse,
I just noted,
tell your partner.
That's the only thing I actually noted. Communication is key. Just let them know. Usually on Sundays, if we're not filming, then we dedicate the day to having me time. So he'll go out, read, and do whatever he needs to do. I'll also do my own thing, you know, plan for the week ahead. But it's just a matter of communication. So I can't just go MIA and you not knowing where I am.
Obviously, I'll worry.
You know?
You know, because I care about you. Yeah, so... But you can't have your own space.
Yeah, you can't. It's impossible because now you guys are staying in the same house. So you need to just manage that in terms of communicating with your partner, saying when, and it needs to be clear that it's an obligation for him to allow you to have that me time, because it's also important for yourself and actually for the health of your relationship as well, that you spend time on your own, reflect on things, journal if you need to.
Self-awareness.
Very
important,
read. It's very important
meditate
that you,
if you can.
exactly.
It's funny looking at if we just maybe had to share our experiences and what we do, how we actually smart about how we create this me time environment, without stepping on each other's toes. We usually take baths, right? Maybe you like taking your long baths, and that's when you use your time to meditate. Sometimes I like watering the garden while I'm reading. I do that quite often as well. So there's just a few things that we do.
There's many ways of having me time. Besides just disappearing for the whole day, for instance, and just communicate. If you need a girls' night out, I just recently did that, and baby was so understanding to allow me to go. It was a girls'
night out until you called me.
So that's the other trick. That's the other trick. That's like it's so easy to feel like I'm going to struggle with having me time when you're outside of marriage. But once you get in it, right, you get so connected and so clingy towards each other that you actually can't cope. So you'll be on a girls' night out, first hour fine, second hour fine, and on the third hour you won't be coping, and you'll be all needy,
baby.
And like I've had a few of my friends share this experience with their babies, that sometimes they really feel like they need to be out there, forgetting about their kids and whatever. But then the minute they're out there, then they want to go back to the babies again, and it's exactly the same with you, baby. Most of the times I just want to go back and be comfortable in my space.
I miss you all the time. That's why I never have a boys' night out.
Okay, it's getting cozy. Okay, so the next question is doing business together as partners, and also I chose to combine this with the power struggles, because I feel like it's important to understand the different roles in marriage, and different personalities as well, and characters. And so in that, that's where you get an answer as to how you go about doing business together, how you go about doing everything together. Okay, so the issue of being in business with your partner, right? How I view it is that when you're in a marriage, you're building. And you're building wealth, you're building whatever it is, and that's for the future, for the kids and your grandchildren. That's what you're doing it for. So if you can combine your strengths to build something towards your kids, why not do it? And in any case, I strongly believe that when you're with someone, you're combined because your purposes in life are aligned. And so if your purposes in life are aligned, it means that sometimes you'll find yourselves doing businesses together, because the two combined brings power. The two combined is a force. So that's why I think if you view it like that, for me, viewing it like that has really helped me. And I guess having that mentality makes it easier to, get through whatever challenges that we may face, even within business. But the core thing for me is that I believe that God has put us together as a couple because we have purposes that are aligned, different skills, but aligned purposes, and, they complement each other. And so if we can make money out of that, then why not?
Now to power struggles, right? Power struggles. How do you guys have different power struggles when there's the same vision? When you share a vision, when you share a mission, and you share a goal. Because the thing is, you communicate the vision, and this is what you're trying to achieve as a family, as a couple. And then how do you therefore, after that, fight one another or get into conflict with one another when you are for the same vision? Yeah,
and it again goes back to assigning roles at the beginning. We have a vision, this is what we need to do. We have a goal, this is what we're tackling, and here's what you need to do, here's what you need to do, according to your strengths and according to your weaknesses.
And the thing is, it's very important for individuals or for you guys as a couple to take personality tests, right? Where you know what type of person you are, and know your spouse or your partner, what type of person they are, right? Or personality they have. And then from that, what you do is, because this will take some emotional intelligence, what you do is basically is that try to feed from each other's strengths, right? Because your personality test will tell you what type of person you are, or what type of person your spouse is, right? And the character as well, right? So now it's all about complementing that character, because believe me, you guys will never be the same. You know what he is good at, you know what she is good at, you know what she is weak at, right? You cover wherever she's weak, right? You cover wherever she's weak, and that's where you're probably good at, right? And you actually basically benefit or leave off whatever she's good at or he's good at, right? So that's how it's supposed to work. And my biggest question to you, because now I'm answering the question with a question, is how then do you say that you have power struggles or power conflict when you guys are for the same vision?
Yeah. So that means probably the mistake is that the vision is not aligned.
Yes.
And that needs God's intervention. That needs love and respect. It needs, enlightenment. It needs you to view things differently.
It needs wisdom.
Yes. It needs the fertilization of the brain. So I think, once you surround yourself with the relevant material, be it sermons, be it books, whatever it is, but it really does assist for you to be in that kind of mindset for it to even work for you if you are considering being in business with your partner.
Communicate the vision, align to the vision, tap into the vision, and then go for it.
Allocate roles in the vision,
and then allocate roles and execute. Execute, come back, re-strategize, and execute again.
And that doesn't mean that you won't have conflict along the way. There'll certainly be conflicts, but then again, when you have conflicts and you go back to the goal and you ask yourselves, what is the vision? What is the goal? What are we trying to do?
I like that.
Okay, so there's the issue of sex, finances, and friends that we think we want to address in a separate episode. So for today, I think that will be it. We won't even get into deep with these because we want to keep you guys hooked to the next.
So we're gonna have a whole episode where we're gonna talk about sex.
Yeah, just sex.
Are we gonna go into detail?
It's up to you.
Okay. And we're also gonna have a whole episode where we talk about finances.
Yes, I'm passionate about that. I'll talk about my Excel spreadsheets on the finances. Okay, so basically for today, I think we've covered as much as we could. And then if you haven't heard some responses, that's because they're coming in their separate episodes. We haven't forgotten about you at all.
So guys, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for the questions. We love them. We enjoy them. We'd like to actually interact with you more. From us, it's nothing but love. But before we go, just please remember to subscribe. Don't forget to like, share, or comment. We love you. From us, it's nothing but love. Bye-bye.